So welcome all of you on this wonderful session on 26th March. So today we have a very special guest, Subrata Kar, who has recently cleared CDCS exam with flying colors. You can say 91% he has achieved. So Subrata, once again, we congratulate you for this milestone.
Thank you.
Subrata, just I would like to know from you your first experience. When did you start this preparation, and how was your journey towards it?
I have listed some of the points which maybe will get benefited out of it. Like as far as that LIBF main book is concerned, that Gary Collier book, as sir has told many a times that please go through the books at least thrice. So I have gone the book thrice, but the last revision, I would like to suggest to all of you, like the last revision, the third revision, please make it at least 15-20 days before the exam, because what happens, the more you read, the more you forget. The people tend to forget. So there are many things, many small things. You will get forget. So I would like to suggest that please make the third revision at least 15-20 days before the exam. So and also another thing is, like for the first two revision, you start from the beginning, like first chapter, second chapter, but the third revision you start from the end, like the last chapter, then the second last chapter, that way. Like point number 2 is apart from UCP, ISBP and URR, I would like to suggest to please go through the ISP at least 3 times, because you may experience 4 to 5 questions in part A from ISP. Because I agree that ISP is something which is very much written in legal languages, so it is sometimes difficult to understand. But after the first read, you will get to understand more. After the second and the third, you will be able to understand fully the concept of standby LC. So this thing I would like to suggest that please go through the ISP at least 3 times. And I have personally got 5-6 questions from part A of ISP. Number 3 is please, there are 3 modules, 3 question answers modules in LIBF, my LIBF account. So I would like to suggest each and everyone, please go through that that module question and answers in LIBF. This is not only the finishing the exam in a timely manner, but also like how to use the calculator, how to the basic pattern of the exam. Then if somewhere you are stuck in a question, then how to put that question in a review, and later on you can answer that question. So, and also there is a very nice video in the my LIBF account. Please go through the video, I think once or twice. So you will be able to understand the whole pattern of the exam. So it will help you a lot, I can tell you. After that, part A, coming to part A, because you can expect most of the questions in part A in a straightforward manner. Like I have got 45 to 50 questions in a straightforward in the sense in 2 to 3 lines, not a very lengthy questions. But you can expect at least 10 questions, lengthy type, where you will require more time to read and understand and answer the question. So don't worry. So you will get most of the question in a very straightforward, I think within 2 or 3 lines. So it will be easier to answer those questions. And in case you are stuck somewhere, please don't waste your time on that question. Please put that question under review. There is a review button on the top right side on your screen. So put that question on review, and later on, after you finish all the question, or after you finish part A, you can answer. You will get ample time to answer those questions under review. So my request is, please do not waste your time if you are stuck on a particular question, and you can skip and try to answer the rest of the questions. And please remember that please do not take more than 1 minute per question, because that will be very important. You have to finish part A, and after that the part B, including the simulation. So time management is very crucial, very important. So I would like to request you, please do not take more than 1 minute per question, maybe 1.5 minutes in some of the question, but not more than that. Coming to the 10 analytical questions that may be very lengthy. So you have to Tudu sets Thinkific, that please go through that at least from 4 to 10. There are 10 banks, 10 modules. Please go through from 4 to 10. So though those questions may not be exactly the same, but would be the same pattern. I can tell you, like in case of transferable LC, the calculation of insurance, 110% insurance calculation, then maturity date of the draft, like these sort of questions in analytical, like then cumulative revolving LC, then installment credit, those types of analytical questions would be there for 10 questions would be there, which might take longer time. But don't worry, if you go through the Thinkific, there are a lot of questions in the same pattern, so it will help you a lot. And coming to the part B, like the simulation, frankly speaking, I have not done much simulation. I have done only 1 or 2 simulation practice exercise. My request is, if you go through the UCP and ISBP thoroughly, I mean very thoroughly, line by line, and if you go through ISBP at least 4 times, you will be able to, trust me, you will be able to answer all the simulation without practicing even the simulation exercises. That much I can tell you, because I have done hardly 1 or 2 simulation exercises. But if you are very thorough with ISBP and UCP, you will be able to answer all the simulation. Like I have almost got 30 out of 30. So it will be that way. Sir, this is almost, this is something, this is the gist of my experience, which I have shared you. And believe me, getting the pass marks in CDCS, it's very easy. Now, before the exam, before appearing for the exam, I used to think that, oh, it'd be very difficult. Kitna tough hoga ye exam clear karna. But after passing the exam, I feel that I could have cleared the exam much before. I mean, I skipped 2 attempts, but if you go through each and every this thing, and the guidance, the module questions, the Thinkific, the to-do sets, PowerPoint, that presentations, and the LIBF main books, I think it is easier. Not at all tough. Passing CDCS is not at all tough. That much I can assure you, from my experience.
Great, great, Subrata. Nice to hear from you. And you are, that gives all of us very comfort that the CDCS clearance part is not so difficult. But having scored 91% is really a very challenging task which you have achieved. And correctly, you have narrated few things I would like to reiterate here, whatever you have jotted down. First thing, that you followed the rule. Rule means to complete this core book, Introduction to Documentary written by Gary Collier, not once, twice, but thrice. So that is the first thing. Second thing, you told us that ISP 98, we should not ignore that. Okay, so maybe, yes, it is bit
like sir, for example, I have not got any simulation from standby LC. Luckily,
you're
because that is a
how much score? How much questions you had got from ISP 98 in part A?
Part
Roughly?
A, I got 5 to 6 question. Five to
Okay.
six question, yeah. That's what I'm saying. If you even don't get simulation exercises, if you're lucky enough, because I
Mm-hmm.
know that was a pain to me when I used to read ISP 98 for sure, because there are a lot of legal languages are there and not
Mm-hmm.
as easy as UCP and ISBP is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
But believe me, if you don't get questions in simulation, you will get at least 5 to 6 questions, even more than that in part A. So if
Great.
you are very thorough with ISP line by line, I think that will benefit you a lot.
So you are suggesting reading the book not once, twice, but thrice will definitely help. Then
Yeah, yeah.
ISP 98 also we cannot just avoid, and then UCP 600 obviously we need to.
And also another thing, sir, I would like to add that apart from the ISP 98 book, there is a PowerPoint presentation by Tudu sir, which is the gist of the ISP 98. So it will also help you a lot if you go through that PowerPoint presentation once and accordingly the simultaneously the book, it will help you a lot.
So you are saying that whatever PPT was prepared during, I mean, I had conveyed to all the participants, that was
Yeah,
also
yeah,
okay.
definitely.
So, and you told us that ISVP we need to read at least 3-4 times so that
Yeah.
we can have a very good score in simulation. And I was really surprised to know that you had not done much practice related to simulation,
No,
but
sir.
you had.
I have at least, during the exam, I have done, I think, hardly 2 simulation practice, hardly 2. But I was very thorough in ISBP, so I was able to answer all the simulation questions.
Okay, so that means.
And believe me, sir, and believe me, none of the questions will come out of the ISBP. All the simulation questions will come definitely from ISBP. And if somebody can, go through the ISBP thoroughly, will be able
Hmm.
to answer.
Yeah, better to, that means better to, I mean, just go and understand each and every paragraph of ISBP rather than here and there working and
Correct,
doing the
correct,
simulation. So I
correct.
can take it from your success sutra. Okay, fine. So effectively, the basically core issue is that how much we are dedicated for the final result. Okay, so we need to devote time to read the Gary Collier book once, twice, thrice, then obviously ISP 98. And you are saying that apart from UCP 600, we need to focus on reading the ISBP thoroughly so that we can
Thoroughly.
have very good marks in
Yes,
simulation exercise.
yes,
And
yes.
regarding simulation, just people are afraid about simulation. What type of simulation you had got, by the way, example types roughly, if you can share?
Yeah, I got one LC application along with the pro forma invoice and purchase order.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have to find out the discrepancies. Then I also got LC application, LC MT700 invoice, bill of lading, insurance, and in another simulation I got LC ARO bill and certificate of origin and invoice.
So once
This kind of
LC application from other two
correct,
simulation MT700
correct,
plus related documents, bill of lading,
correct,
airway, whatever. Okay, fine.
correct.
Okay, good. So once you are thorough with ISBP and UCP, I don't think there should be any issue. Good. So Subrata, just I would like to ask you a few of the questions. Honestly, we want to know from you how this program was beneficial for you. Okay, how you will rate this program, whatever we are going through right now?
Yes, sir, definitely. I mean, before appearing for before registration, I used to think that I should do the CDCS alone. But after that, I realized that it is a bit challenging if I used to do it alone. And for that, your guidance, basically your classes. I have also gone through your videos sometimes whenever I used to get time, and of course your PowerPoint presentations that helped me a lot. And top of everything, your thinkific questions, like from, as I told you, from 4 to 10 banks, 4 to 10, those are very important because a lot of analytical questions will be in the similar pattern. As I explained, as I told, like for a transferable LC calculation of insurance, a lot of this thing, the revolving LCs, lot of would be the similar type of question, very lengthy question, but the if somebody goes through the Thinkific thoroughly, will be able to answer.
So overall, you say that this program was really helpful for you.
Definitely, and that goes without saying, sir. That goes without, and especially your session, because whenever I used to, I used to attend your session very rigorously. I have never missed a single session.
I agree with you.
Before the exam. So that, because it was in my mind that, oh, okay, sir told me this way, so it should be that way only. So it was in my mind. I imbibed that. So like that way.
Great. And just on behalf of participant, I would like to know from you when they should attempt the question paper at the beginning. That Thinkific question banks which are available. So when they should attempt in the beginning, or usually I suggest everyone that first you take only one sample test, you go through the course, then you take the question banks. That was my suggestion to everyone. Yeah. So if you are, giving a praise that Thinkific questions are very important for all of us, whether when they should go for these question banks, right? You are telling that set number 4 to 10, for example, almost you can say 600 questions are there. When participants should take those questions?
What I did, sir, after completing LIBF book once, and along with UCP, ISBP, and URR and all, I have gone through all the questions like from 1 to 10. And again, before the exam, I have revised like from 4 to 10 again.
Okay,
so I have done. Okay. I have done 2 times. So all the questions, like if there are, and another thing I would like to suggest, if there is any mistake, any incorrect answer, so you copy that particular question and answer and the correct answer in a Word file, so that you can refer it later. Okay, that way I did.
So basically you are telling that once you are not able to answer it, or you think that this question should be answer of this question should be this, you just jotted down the entire topics. So that way I copied and pasted in a Word file. Suppose in a bank 4 number module. So there are, suppose 5 questions were wrong. So I copied that 5 question in a Word file separately. And after that, before the exam, I again had gone through that 5 questions. Okay.
Other than that, I have gone through Thinkific questions twice, sir.
Twice. That is a great achievement. 2 times, if you are able to do 1,000 questions almost, that means how many, how much time you have devoted for question answer. So I always say that same question is not going to come in the final exam. Just I wanted to know from you, what is the level of CDCS final exam versus the question which I have uploaded in the portal? Label type.
Yeah, you will get lot of questions, similar questions. As I told you, from Thinkific, there are the analytical questions which came of the same pattern, similar pattern. And in part A also there are some questions came common for me, and also the LIBF book, LIBF main book. There are some module questions and answers, and 5-6 questions came common for me. Okay. But there are also some questions and answers given at the end of every chapter. I had gone through, but none of the questions came common from that.
Okay, so going back to the exam pattern, so you were able to manage the entire question within the time frame, 3 hours.
Yeah. As I explained earlier, that if you spare 1 minute per question in part A, so 60 questions would be there, 60 minutes. Then still you will get more than 2 hours, 2 hours 15 minutes. And if you spare another 1 hour for simulation, you will get ample time in hand, for revision. And if you are stuck in between in 5 or 6 questions, you are in dilemma, you are in double minds whether it would be correct or that one would be correct. So it will give lot of time to think over it and determine the correct answer that way.
Okay. So you started with part A, right?
I started with part A. I started with part
And
A.
and participant can start with part B also. How it is?
Yeah. Anybody can, participant can start with part B also, but I had started with part A. There are 3-4 questions I was stuck, so I put that questions under review. And after completing part A, I completed that. No, sorry. After completing part A, I went to part B. I completed the simulation exercise and analytical. Then before submission, it will ask that these many questions are kept in under review. So it will come one by one. After that, I mean, that time I answered all the questions. Like if you know that you have ample time in hand, half an hour time to think over it, so it will give you much confidence.
Okay, and part B, you started with multiple type analytical type question, or straightforward you started with simulation in part B?
No, I started with analytical question because it comes first analytical, then
yeah,
simulation. Yeah. So
okay.
I started analytical first.
So question number 61 to 70 will be part B.
Yes, that way.
Okay. Okay. Good. And one thing I wanted to know, one question had come. This simulation exercise, you had been given one case study and 10 discrepancies were there, and we were supposed to pick up the right and valid 5 discrepancies. Whether I mean exactly 5 we can take it, or a system allows 6th one also.
No,
or by
actually,
default only 5. So
as I told, sir, as I told you, I was so thorough with the ISBP. I had chosen 5 discrepancies, and I was confident that these would be the 5 discrepancies.
Okay.
Although I had gone rest of these things to be on the safer side, but I was very sure that these 5 questions which I am answering, it would be the correct discrepancy. So I have not wasted time on other discrepancies, which is not a discrepancy actually.
Okay, good. So do you think that you were able to score 30 out of 30 in simulation exercise? How I mean,
I think I had at least maybe I was able to score 27 or 28. I don't know, but
excellent.
Yeah. I was nearly 30 out of 30, because I was pretty sure that these discrepancies, I mean, cannot go wrong.
It's because you were so thorough about UCP articles, or you can say ISBP entire paragraph. So it was very comfortable position for you that let them ask question from anywhere, frankly speaking.
Yeah.
So I was very confident about your success, but once you called me that you have scored at least 3-4 times, you had called me, but I was busy with certain things. I can recall that day, and later on you called me and you gave me this news.
I mean, on the day of the exam, I was so nervous. I mean, my exam was from 10 o'clock in the first half, so I was so nervous. I did not have my breakfast, and and another thing is like in the examination hall, there nobody is allowed, to appear for the exam. Even with the wallet, they have a locker system. You have to keep all your belongings into the locker, and there is a thorough scanning. They're like as a airport mein hota hai na, they will scan your body, whole body. Yeah, they will scan your whole body. Then you are allowed to sit for the exam.
Okay, so when did you come to know about your marks? 91% you have scored. When exactly? The moment I want to know.
Actually, I was the invigilators asked me to sit, but I was sitting for half an hour. There are some technical issue, so they said there are some technical issue. I was not able to open your this thing, show you the marks. So you do one thing after 3-4 time. It takes 3 to 4 hours actually to get updated. You go home, you log in after 3 to 4 hours. You'll be able to this thing. And also they gave me some email ID, some help desk email ID of LIBF. And in case if you don't get your result, you send a mail to that particular ID. So I came back to home, and in the evening, I opened, I saw my marks. Then I called you. The first thing I did, I called you, sir.
Great. So it was a wonderful time moment. You can say 91%. Really, it was. You were afraid to take this exam in the morning. Okay, you did not have your breakfast.
Actually,
So suddenly you find that, oh wow, not only you have scored,
I
but
was like,
91%.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't happen. I mean, I had appeared for so many exam and so many interviews also in my career, but like my hand was shaking like this. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, maybe because of tension. The basic, the Bible is UCP. The Bible of trade finance is UCP 600. So you go through the UCP 600 first. Okay. After that, accordingly, you can go through ISBP once. And accordingly, simultaneously, you can go through SARS presentation and LIBF also. So all things you should read together. Not like I first study the LIBF, after that way. No, you can study all together. Suppose you are picking up particular topics. Suppose transferable LC. Then you can see all the topics from the different materials. No, that way. And also, I would like to suggest, don't go through any internet or something, because that will not help you much. Whatever the material search has given and the LIBF is there, and your main book like the ISBP, UCP, and URR and all. So that is more than enough. No need to consult anything, any internet or something like this. Before I conclude, I would like to give the message again that like it is not tough, cracking the CDCS exam. If you just go through your study materials, do that exercises and all, it is very easy. I mean, I had the same feeling that it is a very hard exam, very tough exam. But believe me, once I have cleared the exam, it is not at all tough, and you all will be able to clear the exam. That is, my confidence. And
Was okay. So lot of motivation, inspiration. We all have derived from you. Okay, good. So thank you so much, Subrato.
thank you, sir. Thank you. Then.
And once again, congratulations and all the best for your future and career from all of us.